I'm pretty exasperated right now, and I've got so much that I want to say, and I'm going to do my best to be succinct and to think of all the points that I want to cover. But before I do, I just want to share something with you. My name's Kerry K. I'm a spiritual teacher, and if there's one thing that I teach, and I really teach it from my heart, it's that we have to learn to be present with what is. We have to learn. If you're having a shitty day and you're feeling aggravated or even angry or sad or depressed, it doesn't make you less spiritual. There are people out there who say, well, because you're spiritual, you've now got to be perfect. Sorry about that. You no longer have the right to be upset because you're too spiritual for that. If there's one thing that I really hope to live by example, it's to truly just meet the moment and to know that it doesn't last, doesn't define you, it passes by. But I've also learned that if I get to share these heated moments with you, I really can bring through some powerful and profound teachings. I'm running a course, you guys. I'm running a course that's not available to the public, just so you know. This isn't about, me selling a course. I just want to share with you where this is coming from. The course is called Enron, as in November, Romeo, Oscar, November, Enron. And it stands for No Replay Only Now. And the thought behind it, and those who are attending, they know exactly what it's about. It's about no replay only now. Like, we live life always thinking, I'm not going to be in the moment. I'm going to take a picture of the moment and look at it later. I'm doing a course, but I'm not going to give it my all because why? I'll just watch the replay and catch up later. We're always doing this thing where we're not fully present in the now. But if there's no replay on a course, you're going to get really invested in the now. So that's the premise of the course. Anyway, somebody writes to me today and says, I'm really concerned about the course because why? It's called Enron, which sounds a lot like Metatron. And because it sounds like Metatron, oh, do you see my concern? No, I don't. I'm so sorry. No, I don't. What I see is somebody reading into things, and that's what I want to share with you today. Dear God, stop reading into everything because it's great to question reality, right? There's a very important step of stepping out of the false matrix where we were once in the false matrix, then we start questioning, great, but you can't stay in the cynicism and the jadedness and the mistrust because what that means is I don't trust myself. When you're looking at everything through the lens of who can I trust, who's lying, why are they lying, where is the lie? If you're looking at reality from that lens, then what you're saying is, I don't trust myself, which is cool. You don't have to, but just acknowledge that that's at the underlying root of where you're at and stop projecting it at everyone else and on everything else and stop looking for meaning where there is none. God, I can't tell you how often I see people in the spiritual community tripping over themselves to find meaning where there is none. I've got a headache on my left side. Oh, it must be a mother issue. Oh, I guess it's related to that time when I was 7 years old when I dropped a plate and my mom shouted at me. Sometimes you just have a headache. See, there's a time to hold those questions, but then step beyond that learning and then enter into a new lesson, which is I have to learn to see reality as it is, because that's what we didn't learn in the false matrix. We learned to see reality as they told us it was. So yes, you see, the questioning is part of the awakening, but you can't stay in the cynicism and the jadedness and the search for meaning in everything that doesn't have a meaning. Instead, what you can do instead is start looking at reality with the blinkers off, and it's a harsh and painful thing to see because the first thing you're going to see then is yourself, and confront that and be with that and learn the skill. And it's not overnight. It's something that requires your dedication, devotion, and willingness. Learn to see what is. Learn to see reality as it is, not as you want it to be, not as you think it should be, as it is. We're stepping out of illusion. Stop creating more illusion. Let me give you another example of where people read meaning into things that simply aren't there. I talk often about judgment and how when you eat food, for example, or you take medication, for example, the most toxic thing that you can ingest is your own judgment. Stop. And I'm not saying, therefore, you must go eat McDonald's burgers because it just doesn't matter. What I'm saying is be careful of your judgment. You can have the most perfect diet. You can never touch a medicine. You can do all of these things that you think are perfect. But when you do it from the vantage point of I'm better than you, or I'm judging myself if I don't do these perfect things, then you are swimming in a pool of toxicity. So when I say that, then people say, oh, she must work for Big Pharma. That's what she's doing. She obviously works for Big Pharma and she's punting medication on everyone. Jeez, you guys, stop reading into things, because you land up creating such illusion and then you keep yourself in the false matrix instead of stepping out of it. And this is a tragedy in the spiritual community. There's a lot of people making a U-turn, going back into the false matrix because they're caught in misunderstandings. I'm a no-nonsense spiritual teacher, and sometimes the pill that I offer is hard to swallow because it's bitter, because it's loaded with truth. But you know what? If you've come this far into the video, then you're a spiritual warrior and a brave soul. I want to give you another example. My hands. I speak with these babies, and they've got a life of their own, and most of the time I don't even know what they're doing. They operate independently of my brain. And I do a lot of things with my hands, right? One of the things I love to do is this, and I love to do this, and I love to speak, especially when I'm teaching. Like, this is my teaching mode. If I'm in like a big concept and I'm delivering it to you, it's going to be like this. And then what happens is somebody says, oh, she's a devil worshiper, you guys. It's obvious she's evil. Oh, while I'm talking, and people go, oh, everyone, at minute 36.04 seconds, she made a sign of a triangle. Obviously, she's working for the devil. Get rid of her. Take her down. She's evil. Jesus, stop reading into everything and learn to let reality show itself to you. Stop telling it what you think it should be and looking for something that isn't there. Start instead to see what is there. What is in front of you? That's the lesson for now. There they go. See? Look at those hands. Look at the lesson that you're being shown. And please, God, may my moment of disbelief serve you. May it be a teaching moment for you. I promise you I don't get stuck in these moments. I promise you. I transition through them so quickly. By the time I've edited this video and put it up for you, it's done. But if I can harness the power of a teaching, may I share it with you always.